Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that every dollar you earn already has a job. Not a random job, not a vague idea of where it might go, but a clear, intentional destination. That's how millionaires think about money. They don't guess where their money goes. They decide where it goes before they ever spend it. Most people believe millionaires become rich because they earn a lot of money, but that's only part of the story. The real reason many people become wealthy is because they manage money differently from the very beginning. They don't wait until they have millions to start acting like millionaires. They build habits that eventually create those millions. One of the biggest differences between average earners and wealthy individuals is how they treat budgeting. For many people, budgeting feels restrictive. It feels like something you do when you're struggling with money. It feels like a punishment. But for millionaires, budgeting is the exact opposite. It's freedom. A budget isn't a limitation, it's a plan. It's a system that gives every dollar a purpose so that money starts working for you instead of disappearing without explanation. Most people look at their bank account and think, if there's money there, I can spend it. Millionaires think differently. They look at their income and immediately start assigning roles to each dollar before it ever reaches their spending habits. This shift in thinking is what changes everything. Think about this for a moment. Two people can earn the exact same income, but one person slowly builds wealth while the other stays stuck living paycheck to paycheck. The difference is rarely intelligence, education, or even opportunity. The difference is cash flow control. Millionaires are extremely aware of their cash flow. They know exactly how much money is coming in every month, and more importantly, they know exactly where that money is going. And here's something surprising. Many millionaires still follow very simple budgeting principles. They don't rely on complicated spreadsheets or complex financial systems. Instead, they focus on a few powerful rules that guide every financial decision they make. One of the most important rules is something called pay yourself first. This rule sounds simple, but it completely changes how money flows through your life. Most people follow this pattern with their income. They earn money, they pay rent or mortgage, they pay bills, they buy groceries, they spend on entertainment, they shop, and if there's anything left at the end of the month, they might save a little. But usually there's nothing left. Millionaires reverse this order. The moment income arrives, the first thing they do is move a portion of that money into investments or long-term savings. Not later, not when it's convenient, immediately. This means saving and investing become automatic priorities instead of optional leftovers. Imagine someone earns $5,000 per month. Instead of spending freely and hoping something remains at the end, they immediately direct a portion of that income into wealth building. For example, they might invest 20% right away. That means $1,000 is moved into investments before they even think about spending the rest. Now they're living on $4,000 instead of $5,000, but something powerful has happened. Their future is being funded first. This is exactly how many wealthy people operate. They treat investing like a non-negotiable bill. Just like rent or electricity, it gets paid first. This approach does something psychologically powerful. Instead of trying to save what's left, you're spending what's left. That subtle difference creates massive long-term results. Now let's talk about another concept that millionaires understand very well: income allocation. When wealthy individuals receive income, they don't think of it as one big pile of money. They mentally divide it into categories. Each category has a specific purpose. A common structure many wealthy individuals use looks something like this. A portion goes toward investments in wealth building. Another portion goes toward living expenses. Another portion is reserved for opportunity funds. Another portion is used for lifestyle and enjoyment. And sometimes there's also a category for learning and personal growth. This structure creates balance. It ensures that life is being enjoyed today while wealth is being built for tomorrow. The problem most people face is that lifestyle spending expands to consume almost all of their income. This is called lifestyle inflation. When income increases, spending increases just as quickly. Someone might start earning an extra $1,000 a month, but suddenly they upgrade their apartment, buy a more expensive car, increase subscriptions, eat out more frequently, and before they know it, the extra income disappears. Millionaires are very careful about this.
Most people think millionaires budget because they have a lot of money. The truth is actually the opposite. Millionaires usually have a lot of money because they budget. They treat every dollar like an employee with a job. When money comes in, they already know where it needs to go. There is no guessing, no emotional spending, and no hoping everything works out at the end of the month. Wealthy people understand something very simple, but very powerful. Money grows where it is directed. If you do not control where your money goes, it will slowly disappear into things that do not build your future. That is why budgeting is not about restriction. It is about control. It is about telling your money exactly what to do so it can build the life you actually want instead of just paying bills forever. The biggest reason most people struggle with budgeting is because they treat it like punishment. They open their banking app at the end of the month and realize the money is gone. Then they promise themselves they will try harder next month. But wealthy people approach money completely differently. They plan before the month even starts. They sit down, look at their income, and assign every dollar a role. Some dollars pay for necessities, some dollars build investments, some dollars create freedom, and some dollars are simply meant to be enjoyed without guilt. When you look at money through that lens, budgeting stops feeling restrictive and starts feeling empowering. Think about it like running a business. If a business owner never tracked expenses, never planned cash flow, and never decided where profits should go, that business would fail very quickly. Your personal finances work the same way. Your income is the revenue. Your bills are expenses. Your investments are future growth. Millionaires simply manage their personal finances like a well-run company. They understand that every financial decision today shapes the options they will have tomorrow. That mindset alone is what separates people who build wealth from people who constantly feel broke, no matter how much they earn. Now, here is the first major budgeting principle wealthy people follow, and it is one of the most important financial rules you will ever hear. Pay yourself first. Most people do the exact opposite. They get paid, then they pay rent, utilities, subscriptions, groceries, credit cards, entertainment, and whatever is left at the end maybe goes into savings. The problem is that there is almost never anything left. Millionaires flip that formula. The moment money hits their account, a portion automatically moves into investments and savings. That money is treated like a non-negotiable bill, just like rent or a mortgage. It is not optional. It is not something you do only if you have extra cash. It is the first priority. A very common strategy among financially successful people is saving or investing at least 20% of their income before anything else happens. Some people start with 10%. Others push toward 30 or even 40% as their income grows. The exact number is not the point. The habit is what matters. By consistently paying yourself first, you slowly build assets that start working for you. Over time, those assets begin generating income of their own. That is when money truly starts compounding and your financial life changes in ways that most people never experience. They maintain emergency savings, proper insurance coverage, and diversified investments. An emergency fund ensures that unexpected expenses like medical bills, job changes, or home repairs do not force them to sell investments at the wrong time. Insurance protects against catastrophic losses. Diversification spreads investments across different assets so that no single downturn can wipe out their entire portfolio. These protective layers allow their long-term strategy to continue working even when life becomes unpredictable. Millionaires also dedicate time to reviewing their finances regularly. This does not mean obsessively checking bank accounts every day. Instead, they schedule periodic reviews where they look at income, expenses, investments, and financial goals. During these reviews, they ask questions like, is my savings rate improving? Are my investments aligned with my goals? Are there expenses that no longer add value to my life? Are there opportunities to increase income or reduce unnecessary costs? These check-ins keep the financial plan moving in the right direction and allow adjustments when circumstances change. Another powerful idea behind millionaire budgeting is intentional spending. Wealthy individuals are not always extremely frugal. In fact, many of them spend generously on things that truly matter to them. The difference is that their spending is intentional rather than impulsive. If travel is important to them, they will happily allocate a portion of their budget to meaningful trips. If education or personal development is valuable, they will invest in courses, books, or mentorship. But random spending that does not improve their life is minimized. This approach ensures that money enhances life rather than disappearing without purpose. Technology has also made budgeting easier than ever. Many millionaires use modern financial tools to monitor spending, track investments, and automate savings. Apps can categorize expenses, analyze spending patterns, and provide insights into where money is going each month. Investment platforms allow automatic contributions into diversified portfolios with very little effort. These tools help maintain clarity and keep financial systems running smoothly without constant manual work. One more important principle is patience. Wealth rarely appears overnight, even for highly successful individuals. The process of building financial independence usually takes years of steady effort. Millionaires understand this timeline and remain committed to their strategy even when progress feels slow in the beginning. Early investments may appear small compared to future wealth, but they are the foundation that everything else grows from. With enough time and consistent contributions, those early investments compound into significant financial security. Ultimately, budgeting like a millionaire is less about complicated math and more about adopting a structured way of thinking about money. Income is directed with purpose. Spending is aligned with long-term goals. Investments are prioritized early and consistently. Systems are built to automate good habits. Risks are managed carefully, and financial decisions are reviewed regularly. When all these elements work together, money gradually shifts from something that must constantly be managed into something that works quietly in the background. Over time, this system produces something far more valuable than just a large bank balance. It produces freedom. Financial freedom means having options. It means the ability to choose work based on interest rather than necessity. It means having the flexibility to spend time with family, pursue creative projects, or start new ventures without the constant pressure of bills. And the foundation of that freedom is not a sudden windfall or a lucky investment. It is the steady discipline of budgeting with intention, directing money toward growth, and allowing time and consistency to do the rest.